Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to thank all of you for allowing me to be here, and especially thank Terry for inviting me, but also having given me the opportunity to vote that one vote. That was an early project that would have provided permanent supportive housing, but Terry did not stop. He came back, and he has built many homes for very low-income people, and is one of the reasons why, even though our homeless population that we count is growing, the vast majority, I think 93%, were sheltered. Mm-hmm. And so we, in Durham, have supported that. In part, we've supported that through housing bond referendum. In fact, probably most of you were able to vote on the last one, 1996, where 2/3 of the voters voted for housing bonds. It was a city bond. In 1990, you voted again, and I think the first one was 1985? 86. My memory's getting a little cloudy back that far. And it's with the support of people like you that we have made so much progress in providing good quality, affordable housing to residents of our community. But clearly, there should not be nearly 800 people homeless each night. And those don't even include the people who are doubled up. There should not be 153 children who are homeless every night, and those are just the ones we're counting, not the ones that are couch surfing. Mm-hmm. We should not have affordable housing closed down like Lincoln Apartments. Why did it get to the point where it was so bad that people had to leave and became homeless, and only, found housing through the help of groups like Housing for New Hope? So we need to think about, what we can do with the people who are working at minimum wage at $7.25 an hour, making about $1,000 a month, about $14,400 was my quick calculation a year, who still cannot afford to get high-quality, affordable homes. Because those are the folks that Lincoln Apartments was built for. Lincoln Apartments was built after urban renewal, or what some people call urban removal, including the person for whom I'm substituting, Ray Earhart. If you know Brother Ray, he grew up in the South Side, and many people in the Hayti community were removed from their homes. Some were housed in public housing, but those who made a little bit too much, working families who made a little too much for public housing, Lincoln Apartments was specifically built for the working poor. And we should not have people who are working too poor to live in decent housing. So how can we change things? Well, I want to introduce the housing triangle. I'm adding to housing, jobs, transit. So that's, so we'll have a new name for this forum, housing triangle, because you need the transit to get to the jobs. If you're on minimum wage, I know, people working minimum wage who just, they cannot afford a car. And then people who are disabled, people who are very low income, need transit even more to just get anywhere. But think of trying to pay rent on $14,000 a year or $1,000 a month. The going rate for an apartment, the market rate, is about $700, $800 a month. If you paid $800 out of that $1,000, you might have $200 left to pay the heat. I've had a $200 heat bill before. If you can find a place for $500 and you are paying $200 for heat because it's not a energy efficient place, is that $300 even going to cover your other expenses? So we definitely need to be dedicating ourselves to creating affordable housing, particularly around transit. And the city and county of Durham have an enormous opportunity, and we, the citizens, have an enormous opportunity as we plan for rail transit, and also as we use that referendum that we voted for to improve our bus lines. And so I would ask you to to think about the example of Charlotte and how Durham can do better. I recently visited Charlotte, and I knew the figures. I knew that when they built their light rail system, there were 7,500 homes built right around the rail stations. That was just in the first few years. Of those 7,500 homes, only 180 were affordable to people earning 80% of the median income. So the median income, half the people earn less than that, and this is 80% of that half. 40% of the people earn under 80%, and only 180 were affordable to that 40% of the population. That was less than 2% of the housing. And I visited Charlotte recently, and I saw all the amazing development around the rail line in downtown Durham, and I have friends that I visited, and they're like, yeah, we don't even go downtown anymore, it's too expensive. So can we do better than that? I think we can. I talked with the person who actually built the housing. It was just one group. He said they didn't get any help. They knew approximately where the rail station was going to be, and we already know approximately where the rail stations are going to be, and people are going to be buying up that land if it hasn't already been bought up. And they said, we bought some land. We bought an acre or so of land where we thought the rail station was going to be, and we got lucky, and it was right there. But his advice was, and this is how you can help, is ask the county to dedicate at least 1 acre of land around each rail station. So we're starting a new campaign tonight, 1 acre of land around each rail station. Also, the city, which has been funding these wonderful projects, and Steve Schul's been very active in making sure that this continues, has been dedicating a penny of the tax rate towards affordable housing. And so I would ask that you encourage the city to focus that penny for housing on low-wage workers, minimum wage workers, and other low-income workers, and other low-income residents of our community who particularly need transit, people who are disabled and others. Focus that penny for housing so that we can make sure that everyone can have access to that transit that we pay for and we build. So, and then for both the city and county, they have plans and they have zoning rules. Let's ask them to adopt plans and policies to encourage and or require all development to have a percentage of affordable housing, not 2%, maybe 15–20%. So let's keep that acre of land in mind, that penny to fund the housing for the lowest income people, and a percentage of housing that's affordable to low and moderate income people in our community. Thank you.